Former CNN host Don Lemons, who is now an independent journalist, has got himself in a pickle. And how did he get himself in a pickle? During a live stream in St. Paul, Minnesota, where a bunch of demonstrators interrupted a Sunday service. The protesters made their presence because they thought that the pastor of the church was an ICE official. According to one of the churchgoers, she said that the protesters rocked the church and scared the hell out of a lot of good people, including elderly women and children. Some even say that Don Lemon may have been on his job, but this one churchgoer says that he should be ashamed of going to the church, seeing how upset everyone was, especially those little children. During this demonstration, Don Lemons decided that he would go to the lead pastor and interview him as all this commotion is going on. And this is what the lead pastor had to say when approached by Don Lemons.
What do you think of this?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
Okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution and the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
Yeah. We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to chronicle what happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship. Yeah. We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And also, you definitely have to commend this pastor because he wanted to pop Don Lemon upside his head. That's why Don Lemon said, hey, all respect due, don't push me. You seen the look in that man's face? He was furious. He wanted to get cracking. So Don Lemons got lucky that he didn't just snap and go off the handle and be like, it's on, I'm about to get all y'all, you and these protesters. And to expound greater on that, before they even went inside the church, Don Lemons had met with one of the organizers of the demonstration, and she had these words to say.
Tell us why you're doing this.
This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there. And then we disrupt business as usual. So that's what we're about to go do right now.
ICE out! ICE out! ICE out! ICE out! ICE out! ICE out! ICE out!
Demanding justice for Renee Good and letting them know that this will not stand. They cannot pretend to be a house of God while harboring someone who is directing ICE agents to wreak havoc upon our community and who killed Renee Good, who almost killed a 6-month-old baby. Enough is enough. I am a reverend on top of being a lawyer and an activist. So I come here in the power of the Almighty God.
And as we see it, this is the same woman that claims that she is also a reverend, a lawyer, and an activist. First of all, lawyer, activist, we can move that out the way. She says she's also a reverend. If she's a reverend, would she want somebody to run inside of her church while they're having service? I doubt it. But anyway, according to the DOJ, they said that an investigation has been opened and it does not allude that Don Lemons would be exempt from this situation. And it's also said that all of the participants in the demonstration will be sought after and will be found and will be prosecuted. And for those of us who are not aware of it, when it comes to people running inside of religious institutions, they have a thing called the FACE Act, which can get you some time.
Today in Minneapolis, Minnesota, a group of activists led by Don Lemon stormed a Baptist church by the name of Cities Church during their worship time. They were screaming and chanting, disrupting the singing and the preaching because they suspected an ICE officer may attend the church. This is a violation of what is known as the FACE Act. And not only do we condemn this act, but tonight I want to demand that the Department of Justice investigate what took place in Minneapolis, apprehend those who broke the law, and arrest them accordingly.
Because that is supposed to be a place of spiritual refuge. And for them to run in there and disrupt that the way that they did, it's going to be problems on their hands. Was Don Lemons a part of that group? No. But the way that he put himself in the interview is making people feel the kind of way. Because he started with the leader of the demonstration, which is the black woman, and asked her some questions. It's almost like they were prepping. Okay, let me ask you the questions before we go in. So we asked her the questions. She said, this is what we do. It's called Operation Pop-Up. And then they went in. See, that starts painting you as an accessory to the situation. And that's the part he's not understanding, because it's almost like him throwing a rock and hiding his hand, because he said, hey, I ain't had nothing to do with it. I'm not a part of them. I'm also a Christian too. Yeah, you can be a Christian too, but if you really were a Christian too, what would you have said to the woman? Hey, do you think this is the right place and the right time? I don't think you should do that. These people are having service. Wait till they come out. And then you can approach the pastor, because that's who they're alleging is the ICE agent, the pastor of this church. So that's unchristian-like off the rip. And it's just not right, especially if we're a God-fearing country, we believe in God and all these things. It's not true. You can say you believe in God all you want, but your actions show different. So do you believe in God, or are you just saying that when you get yourself in trouble, oh, God saved me, oh, God saved my life? Or are you really, truly a person that believes in God, follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, and treat people in an equal manner? You don't. Especially the activist lady that led the demonstration, because she's reverend, ran up in another reverend's church. But if she's reverend of her own church, she wouldn't feel good if somebody ran up in her church, protesters or not. And also another person who chimed in after seeing the situation take place was none other than Nicki Minaj. And she had these kind words to say to Don Lemon. She said, Don cocksucking Lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up. Demonstrating and showing also a Chucky face doll. Basically saying what? He's wicked as Chucky. And also the key word is he would never do that to any other religion. What does that mean, people? We know for sure, for factual, that he wouldn't run inside of a mosque nor a synagogue, because in the mosque they'll probably tap him upside his head, and in the synagogue we never know. But it won't be good for him if he runs up in the synagogue. They will make his life a living hell. So with that, people, Don Lemons got himself in a pickle, and everybody that was a part of this demonstration, because, you know, we know this ICE thing is kind of out of hand. People are fighting against ICE. ICE is still standing strong. But, hey, it ain't my fight, so I'm going to stay out the way. And that's what I would definitely advise people. If it's not your fight, you stay out the way. Because you can find yourself imprisoned, or you can find yourself hurt. Because you're jumping in a fight that has nothing to do with you. This has to do with the American government and with illegal immigrants. Feel blessed that you're not an illegal immigrant trying to fight for your survival to stay in the country. So with that, you should just stand out the way. Because for one, it makes people believe that you're a traitor of your country. And with that, I'm going to say, this is the news in you. North, east, west, south. Unite from every alley and Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door. And don't forget, if you know better, you'll do better.
To Nicki Minaj. I normally don't respond to things like this, but, you know, F it. I'm going to do it this time. I think Nicki Minaj has made it very clear how she feels about African Americans in this country. For I don't think she's one of them, obviously. And she should, under Trump's rules, she should be deported.
Star Child, I never
seen the sunshine like this.
I never
seen the moon glow like
hey, yo, I never
this. Never seen the waterfalls like this.
I never
Never seen